Thousands of veterans are missing out on disability ratings for one of the most painful conditions imaginable, a condition so common that nearly every combat veteran has experienced it, yet the VA denies claims for it every single day. I'm talking about degenerative disc disease, and if you're dealing with chronic back pain, shooting pain down your legs, or can barely get out of bed some mornings, you need to hear this. Here's the shocking truth that no one talks about. Your back pain isn't just bad luck or aging. Those years of carrying 80-pound rucksacks, jumping out of aircraft, sleeping on concrete, and pushing your body beyond human limits didn't just build character, they systematically destroyed your spine, disc by disc, vertebra by vertebra. And the VA knows this, but they're making it incredibly difficult for you to prove it. Let me start with something that will blow your mind. Degenerative disc disease isn't actually a disease at all. It's the inevitable result of your spine's shock absorbers, those rubbery discs between your vertebrae, getting pulverized over years of military service. Think about it. Every step during a 20-mile ruck march sent shock waves through your spine. Every parachute landing compressed those discs like a hydraulic press. Every time you carried a wounded battle buddy or lifted heavy equipment, you were slowly crushing the very structures that keep your spine functional. But here's where it gets really interesting. You don't need to have documented back pain during service to get service-connected for degenerative disc disease. That's right. Even if you never went to sick call for back pain, even if your service medical records show nothing about your spine, you can still win your claim. How? Through something called secondary service connection. And this is where veterans are leaving massive amounts of money on the table. Let me paint you a picture. You served as infantry for 8 years. Your knees got destroyed from all the running, jumping, and kneeling. You got service-connected for bilateral knee problems at 30%. Fast forward 5 years after discharge, and now your back is breaking you down. You can't bend over to tie your shoes. You wake up every morning feeling like you got hit by a truck. What happened? Your messed up knees changed how you walk. Your body started compensating for the pain by shifting weight differently. Your hips tilted. Your spine curved, and over months and years, this abnormal movement pattern wore down your spinal discs like a car tire that's out of alignment. Boom! Secondary service connection for degenerative disc disease. But wait, there's more, and this is where the VA really doesn't want you to know the truth. Your degenerative disc disease can be secondary to conditions you might not even think are related. PTSD leading to weight gain, leading to increased spinal pressure. Sleep apnea causing poor sleep quality leading to muscle tension and spinal stress. Even flat feet can cascade into a chain reaction that destroys your spine over time. The medical research backs this up completely. Studies published in the Journal of Orthopedic Research show that repetitive axial loading, the exact kind you experienced during military service, directly accelerates spinal disc degeneration. Another study found that psychological stress, such as PTSD, intensifies pain perception and delays healing, making your back problems exponentially worse. Here's something that will shock you about VA ratings for degenerative disc disease. The number of surgeries you've had doesn't matter. Whether you've had 1 fusion or 5 fusions, the VA doesn't care. What matters is your functional limitations and range of motion. The VA uses something called the General Rating Formula for diseases and injuries of the spine. They're looking for specific range of motion measurements. Forward flexion limited to 60 degrees or less gets you 20%. Severe limitations, or spinal fusion, can get you 40%. But here's the kicker that most veterans miss. If you have radiculopathy, nerve pain, shooting down your arms or legs, that gets rated separately under different diagnostic codes. We're talking about potentially stacking multiple ratings for the same spinal condition. Now, let me tell you about the compensation and pension exam, because this is where veterans either win big or lose. The examiner is going to test your range of motion, but here's what they don't tell you. If you're having a good day when you go to that exam, if your pain happens to be manageable that particular morning, you could get rated based on that one moment in time rather than your worst days. This is critical. You need to communicate your flare-ups, your bad days, the times when you can't move at all. Don't be stoic. Don't try to tough it out. The examiner needs to understand that yes, today you might be able to bend forward 70 degrees, but 3 days a week you can't bend forward at all because of muscle spasms and shooting pain. But here's where most veterans completely drop the ball, and this is costing them thousands of dollars in monthly compensation. They don't understand the importance of medical evidence and nexus statements. The VA wants to see a clear medical link between your current spinal condition and your military service. This can come from your treating doctor, it can come from the compensation and pension examiner, or it can come from an independent medical expert. If you're going for secondary service connection, you need rock-solid evidence showing how your primary service-connected condition led to your degenerative disc disease. This isn't something you can just assume the VA will figure out on their own. You need medical documentation, preferably from a spine specialist, explaining the biomechanical chain of events that destroyed your discs. Let me share a real-world example that perfectly illustrates this. I know a veteran who served as a helicopter mechanic for 12 years. No documented back problems during service, but he had service-connected hearing loss from all that noise exposure. Years later, he developed severe tinnitus from his hearing condition. The constant ringing caused chronic sleep disruption. Poor sleep led to muscle tension and stress. That chronic muscle tension, particularly in his neck and upper back, eventually led to cervical disc degeneration. He got secondary service connection for his spine problems through this chain of causation. Are you starting to see the bigger picture here? Your military service didn't just impact you while you were in uniform. It set up a domino effect of medical problems that can continue cascading for decades after discharge. Every service-connected condition you have is potentially the first domino in a chain that could lead to additional ratings. This is exactly why you need to join our Veterans Benefits Blueprint private group. We're going to dive deep into these advanced strategies, share real claim examples, and show you exactly how to build bulletproof cases for conditions like degenerative disc disease. The link is in the description below. Now, let's talk about documentation, because this is where the rubber meets the road. The VA loves objective evidence, X-rays, MRIs, CT scans, but they also need to understand your subjective symptoms. Start keeping a pain diary right now. Document your bad days, your good days, what activities trigger flare-ups, how your symptoms impact your daily life. This creates a clear picture of functional impairment that goes beyond what any imaging study can show. If you're dealing with work limitations because of your back pain, document that too. Missing time from work, needing to avoid certain physical activities, requiring ergonomic accommodations. All of this supports higher disability ratings because it shows real-world impact on your ability to function. Here's another insider secret about degenerative disc disease claims. The VA often tries to argue that disc degeneration is just normal aging. Don't let them get away with this. Military service accelerates spinal wear and tear far beyond normal aging patterns. A 40-year-old infantry veteran can have the spine of a 60-year-old civilian. The research proves this, and you need to make sure your claim reflects this reality. But what if your claim gets denied? This happens more often than it should, especially for degenerative disc disease. The key is understanding that a denial is not the end of the road. It's just the beginning of your appeals process. Higher-level reviews, supplemental claims, appeals to the Board of Veterans' Appeals. Each step in the process gives you another opportunity to present evidence and strengthen your case. One strategy that works incredibly well for degenerative disc disease appeals is getting an independent medical examination from a spine specialist, not the VA examiner, but a private doctor who specializes in spinal conditions. These experts understand the biomechanics of spinal degeneration, they know the research, and they can provide detailed nexus opinions that carry serious weight in the appeals process. This is exactly where ReMedical can be a game-changer for veterans, because they help connect you with qualified medical professionals who know how to document your condition correctly and link it back to your military service, something the VA often overlooks. Check out the link in the description box below to get started. Now, let me tell you about something called pyramiding that trips up a lot of veterans with spine conditions. The VA has rules about not rating the same disability under multiple diagnostic codes. But with degenerative disc disease, you might have the main spinal condition plus separate ratings for radiculopathy in your arms or legs. Understanding these rules prevents you from leaving money on the table or getting your ratings reduced during future reviews. The bottom line is this: degenerative disc disease is one of the most common and most disabling conditions affecting veterans. Your military service absolutely contributed to your current spinal problems, whether that connection is direct or through a complex chain of secondary causation. The VA system is complicated, but it's not impossible to navigate if you understand the rules and strategies. Don't let the VA minimize your suffering or deny you the compensation you've earned through your service and sacrifice. Your back pain is real, your limitations are real, and your claim deserves to be taken seriously. Join our Veterans Benefits Blueprint group using the link in the description below, where we'll show you exactly how to build winning claims for degenerative disc disease and dozens of other conditions. And before you go, make sure to check out our Unlock More VA Money playlist. We have detailed strategies for maximizing your disability ratings, understanding secondary connections, and navigating the entire VA claims process. Your service-connected disabilities are costing you money every month they're not properly rated, so don't wait. Take action today and get the benefits you've earned.